5:44 in the evening. Good evening, Philadelphia. You are listening to the Nick Talfaro Show. Phil from out there is sitting in for Nick as he continues to rest the pipes. We'll be back in a moment, though, folks. Keep it locked right here at 900 AM WRD. I will try to hold it down. We are talking with Butch Slaughter and Shakiyl Smith, who again was struck down in what appeared to be the beginning of a lengthy basketball career. Not only that, just a good kid. He was not a bad kid. He was not someone who was out in the street seeking drama, thugged out life, none of that. He was at a party, skirmishes break out, gunfire. He is, once again, the wrong person at the wrong time. Now living in a wheelchair, at this point paralyzed. That situation can and hopefully will change. However, Butch, we talked a lot about stem cell research. We talked a lot about fundraising and recovery. We talked a lot about the process that goes into the injections. What we have not really fleshed out, and I really need to, is the feeling. You talked about it in terms of you and your own father. I want you to get into the spiritual release, the emotional release of radical reconciliation and how it can change your life.
As I look at Shakiyl, I said to him, I think the other day, you may be temporarily without your legs, you may be temporarily without your arms, and the reason why I was drawn to him is that he has not lost his spirit, he has not lost his heart, he has not lost his mind. And I think that it's the heart, mind, spirit that will eventually bring the legs and the arms back. And as I said about the person that we're referring to as Lazarus right now, is that person is also paralyzed. That person, at the same time that he shot at Shakiyl, became paralyzed. Paralyzed with fear, paralyzed with anger. And I'm not making excuses for anybody. All I know is that his paralysis is worse than Shakiy's. I believe that his paralysis is worse than Shakiy's. My father said once that when he killed my mother, when my mother died, he also died. And I believe that that was true. And reconciliation for me and my father meant restoring our spirits. My father died 2 months after he met my family for the first time. And I found that to be profound because we were running out of time. My father and I were running out of time the whole time that we stayed apart. Shakiyl and whoever this person is running out of time. And I believe that they could make an incredible statement, an incredible spiritual, psychological, social, community statement by reconciling, by walking again together. I think, again, it could be easy. And I think we kind of let that person off the hook. We let this situation off the hook by simply looking at the medical side of this. We want to elevate the whole process through radical, relentless reconciliation. We need them to walk together. That person needs to avail himself and be part of this process. Don't look from the outside. Your legacy hangs in the balance too. I believe, I'd be willing to bet that Lazarus has children. And I believe that if Lazarus' children saw him do what we're asking him to do, that it changes their thinking about who their father is. So there's a big, big opportunity here. A big opportunity for Shakiyl and Lazarus to walk together.
That in itself is beautiful. Listen, I want to kick it off now. Now, you have a foundation in place already where people can make donations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you share it with the audience, please?
I have a foundation. It's called the Shakiyl Smith Foundation. It's located at TD Bank, which is in Brookhaven, Pennsylvania. That is at 4236 Edgemont Avenue, 19015.
And I want you folks to hold that thought in your mind, because here's what I'm going to do. As the host of the Sixers postgame show, I always get things that are signed, jerseys and stuff. I collect stuff. Here's what I'm going to do. After Game 6, I was in the locker room at the Sixers game, and I had a pair of Thaddeus Young's Under Armours. These are a size 17. They're signed by LaVoy Allen, Spencer Hawes, Doug Collins, Sixers CEO, Adam Aaron, Drew Holiday, Andre Iguodala, and the legend himself. Oh, I'm sorry, Evan Turner. And number 6, the all-time Sixers legend, Dr. J, Julius Erving. Call up 215-634-8065. We're not going to drag this out. Whoever makes the largest donation to the Shakiyl Smith Foundation between now and the time I go off the air gets the sneakers. As simple as that. It's really simple. I don't want a dime. You're not going to write any checks to Phil or 900 AM WID. In order to get the sneaks, you have to write a check to the Shakiyl Smith Foundation. but you can make your donation on the air. Bidding starts at $2.50. All right, this is the Doc's signature. You can see it right there, Shakiyl. See, number 6, Dr. J, Julius Irving.
It's official.
That it's official.
Will you know, Phil, if the call is coming from within the studio?
No.
You know my number, don't you?
Yes,
okay.
I do. But Eric doesn't, so you can text somebody and have them make their bid for you. They're signed by the Sixers team, which went to the Eastern Conference semifinals, and I would love to have somebody take them home tonight and increase that check. Now the bidding starts at $2.50, but you can feel free to write a check to the foundation. It's nonprofit, so you can write it off. It's called a tax deduction. So you can write it for $5,000, $1,000, whatever you like. Hit me up and let me know. 215-634-8065. Now in a few minutes I'm going to bring in Shakyyl's mom, but I want to get back to the spiritual healing part. Have you embraced this, Shakiyl? Have you begun to? Has it changed you emotionally as you've tried to? Because I know initially you had a little trepidation. You know, you didn't just overnight say, yeah, Butch, I want to do this. Yeah, I'm down with this. How has it changed you as you've embarked on this journey?
You know, over the past 4 years, this situation has truly humbled me in many ways. You know, I learned to be, more appreciative of the things we take for granted, in everyday life. Things such as, scratching our heads or, scratching our nose, things like that of that nature, or, just anything, just taking anything for granted, we can't take nothing for granted. Can't take anyone, anything for granted, because as quickly as something can be given to us, in the blink of an eye, it can also be taken from us.